There are a lot of Israelite groups out there, but there's only one group that's teaching the truth according to the way the Most High wants it to be taught, and that's GMS. Like I said, we challenge anybody on the planet. I don't give a damn if you're the Pope. I don't give a damn if you Rex Humbard. I don't give a damn if you Jesuit. I don't give a damn who you are. When it comes to the scriptures, we the only ones that know the scriptures, all right? I told you, man, stop trying to find the truth yourself. Just come to Great Millstone. Whatever we say, we have the truth. Period.
Greetings. In one of my recent videos, I had some positive words about Rebel Alliance Media. As a result, I got a response to that video in the form of a comment from Tahar, the leader of the notorious Great Millstone group. Writing under the name White Man is the Devil, Tahar asked, quote, "How can you say anything positive about the Ram when those two apostates don't even believe in the Lord?" End quote. The simple answer is that, you know, if I agree with someone, I'm going to say so, and if I disagree, I'm going to say so. However, Tahar's comment has inspired me to make another video, another positive video about Rebel Alliance Media. In this video, I'd like to congratulate them on their constant pressure that they put on Great Millstone regarding their teaching that Mashah is King David. So in this video, I'd like to briefly go through the history of that subject. In the 90s, the Israeli Church of Universal Practical Knowledge taught that a man named Moshe ben Harim and later Mashah was King David reincarnated, here to usher in the destruction of America and to retake the throne. This turned out to be a false prophecy, as Mashah was thrown out of the Israeli Church of Universal Practical Knowledge during a split, and a short while later he died nearly penniless and having been abandoned by most of his followers. But there was a small core of his followers who continued to believe that he was King David even after his death. Most of those men, if not all of them, are in the Great Millstone group today. So consider some of these clips of GMS members still saying that Mashah is King David a decade after he died.
All of a sudden, they made everybody swear that Mashah was King David, which he is King David. I'm just going to come out and say it, man. Fuck it, okay? Because that's what I was taught. I'm going to stick to what I was taught, man.
But he is King David.
Don't give a goddamn about nobody liking it. He is King David, man. All right?
Let me say this. Now, I was there when Mashah was in there, and that's the king of Israel. That's King David, right? Yep. Now, I'm not going to push that thing because that's a thing among us, right? Among the old cats. Me, this brother right here, we go back years, all right?
And we got a little treat for you brothers today. We're going to just go into show you a clip of some of our elders and the truth, beginning with Mashah. You know, and for those of you that can receive it, you know, that is King David. You know, we don't really push that out too much because we know that brothers really can't handle that.
Yeah, for those of you that can receive it.
Right.
For those of you that's on the level.
Now, the gentlemen in Rebel Alliance Media started making videos demanding that GMS prove their claim that Mashah is King David. This was a fair request when you consider that GMS always quotes 1 Thessalonians 5:21 to everyone else, demanding that they, quote, prove all things, end quote.
And the scripture says, prove all things. Yep. All right?
Consider these clips of the gentlemen in Rebel Alliance Media pressing GMS over the course of several months on their teaching that Mashah is King David.
Makadabia, we want to answer from Makadabia. Tahar, if you listen, you can answer them. We want to answer from Makadabia.
We want proof that Mashah is King David. This is 2009. You still believe Mashah is King David, man? Listen, you guys are insane. You are mentally insane. And you guys make no sense. You coming at the Tazadak here because he's claiming he's the Holy Spirit, but yet all of you guys subscribe to the ideology that Mashah is King David. This is outrageous.
We want to answer. Prove to us Mashah is King David.
Wow, you guys. And on top of that, the Mosh King asking, you know, Mashah King David. Why didn't you? Right. How is that a stupid question? That's what you teach. We actually have footage of you guys, you know, saying, well, if you could receive it, Mashah's King David. If you could receive it, what kind of nonsense is that? We're trying to receive it. We're trying to at least receive an answer. Right. If we could receive, stop that crap. If you can receive it. See, the reason why you don't understand because you can't receive it.
Well, just fundamental questions regarding their faith. You know, we want the evidence. We want the proof that Mashah is King David. We want some kind of scriptural evidence. Prove to us How is Mashah King David?
Now, having no proof, the men in GMS got frustrated and tried to threaten the men in Rebel Alliance Media. So consider this clip of one of the threats, followed by footage of the men in Rebel Alliance Media humorously responding to that threat by continuing to press their question.
You're gonna be put to death, man. Right. Straight up. You're gonna be the next fucking Tony. Yep. And I hope you get plungers shoved up your ass, man. Right. Just get beaten to fucking smithereens, man. You're gonna be the next fucking Tony. Yep. And I hope you get plungers shoved up your ass, man. Just get
Alright, he hopes I get plungers shoved up my ass because I asked him to prove that Mashah is King David. Can you believe it?
That means he really wants you to turn gay.
What does that guy, listen, what does plungers being shoved up somebody's ass got to do with proof Mashah is King David?
You're gonna be put to death, man. Right. Straight up. You're gonna be the next fucking Tony. Yep. And I hope you get plungers shoved up your ass, man. Right. Just like beating the fucking smithereens.
Get back the fucking smithereens. Now, let me ask you a question. What I got to do with Mashah is King David, sir?
See, he's real angry, like,
No. My question to that is, what does that got to do with proof Mashah is King David?
Ultimately, Great Millstone caved under the pressure and admitted that they accepted it on blind faith. You know, it was a tacit admission that they have no proof.
This thing is all about faith. Like, you got a lot of guys that prove to me that Mashah is King David. This is a thing of faith.
right.
Prove to me this and prove to me that. You know what? You know what? The Lord is gonna prove something to you. How long it's gonna take you to go up in flames? All right.
As far as I'm concerned, this was a victory for Rebel Alliance Media. But consider this explanation provided by GMS.
So a lot of you idiots, you out there questioning us about our faith. First of all, it's not nothing physical. It's not nothing tangible that you could actually touch. You know, you got a lot of niggas say, "Oh, how you know Mashah is King David?" And we never even taught that to you dummies. All right, and if the Spirit revealed that to you, so be it. All right, that's just like going back during the time of matter of fact, get Matthew's 16th chapter, or you give me that real quick, brother. Matthew's the 16th chapter, and start at, I think it's about 17.
And Yahushua answered and said unto him, "Blessed art thou, Simon."
Right, he didn't say Peter will prove it to me. He didn't say, Peter, prove to me how you know that I'm the son of the Most High, how I'm the Mashah, the anointed. He said no. He said, "Blessed are you, Peter." Right?
Simon bore Jonah, for flesh and blood had not revealed it unto thee.
Right, and you know what that means when it says for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto thee? Meaning he didn't actually go to no physical school and learn that Jesus Christ, who you call Jesus Christ, was the anointed. Okay? He didn't sit there and read a book or whatever where it says that he was going to be the anointed. It was in the Spirit. And that's what? That's faith. But he said, "Blessed are you because flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you, but what? My Father which is in heaven." So if you know that if the Spirit reveals something to you that somebody, well, then that was from the Most High. You see? But it's not a thing that you could question or nothing like that. So the whole thing with Mashah being king, we ain't never sit out there and taught sermons on that or whatever. So look, Mashah is King David. All right? Yeah, we believe that Mashah is King David. Ariel is John the Revelator. Okay, Yaquab was James. These guys had to be. They were there then.
Now, I agree that there's a place for faith, but it's ironic to see men who always demand that others prove all things now say that it's an issue of faith. You know, furthermore, Great Millstone would never accept, you know, others appealing to Matthew 16:17 in that way. You know, can you imagine if a Roman Catholic said that just as the Father revealed certain truths to Peter, so too the Father revealed to him that the Pope is the infallible leader of the Church? Or can you imagine a member of the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ saying just as, you know, the Father revealed certain truths to Peter, so too he's revealed to him that Tazadaki is the Comforter? You know, GMS would never accept these sort of arguments, so, you know, why should anyone believe them when they take this approach? The reality is that, you know, this wasn't the claim that Mashah is King David wasn't revealed to them by the Father or by the Spirit or anything like that. You know, rather they were forced to believe it in the 90s, and you can see them sort of admitting to much in the following clips.
No,
all of a sudden they made everybody swear that Mashah was King David, okay? Because they always taught us, Ariyah, Mashah, Tahar, all these guys always taught us Mashah was the king. And if you said differently, then you would be banished.
Number one, Ariyah himself was the one who taught us that. Yep. Okay, years ago. Ariyah was the one who stood up and said, look, if you don't believe Mo is King David, all right, you ain't right, you're going to get out the school or whatever, man.
Finally, knowing that Great Millstone tries to keep their belief about Mashah quiet, we should wonder if they have any other secret teachings. The rumor is that they believe that Tahar himself is the Apostle Paul reincarnated. With that in mind, I'm going to close with this interesting clip.
It tells you when the man of the Lord spoke, that's in the history, that riots broke out. Especially like Apostle Paul. And Apostle Paul is here. And that ain't me. All right, go on.